Hello people, welcome to the stream. No, you are not confused. It is not a Sunday, it's a Monday, but I decided to do another live stream today just because the easiest way to put out all my information for you today. So I don't know if we've got anyone joining us, I hope so, but if not, if you're catching this on the replay, hi there, I'm Pam Duthie. I'm here to help you craft your career with creative marketing and talking to the dog with creative marketing and artistic inspiration. And it's a Monday, and every Monday I make Etsy tips and tricks videos for selling online. So if you're an Etsy seller looking for more advice, then come back every Monday. If not, I have videos on Wednesday and Thursday for art reviews, supplies, techniques, and specifically needle felting. Excuse me, as soon as I hit record there, my nose got itchy. Wonderful. So if we have anyone in the chat, if you can just let me know, as always, you can just give me a wee wave and let me know if the audio and everything is good. So today, what I wanted to talk about was how to use social media, specifically Pinterest, effectively in publicising your Etsy shop or your items in your Etsy shop. And this is relevant for anyone with anything. If you're promoting a YouTube channel, if you're promoting anything at all, this is how to use Pinterest effectively. Oh, we have Susan here. Hi there. Thank you so much for joining me. Right, so I just want to show you the reason why I'm picking on Pinterest. If we pop over to my screen, this is my stats for the last 12 months, and if we scroll down, I'm already kind of scrolled down, if we scroll down to where what websites are sending people to my items, we've got River City Creative as well. Hi there, thank you so much for joining me, and all is good. Thank you so much, Susan. Okay, so we scroll down to the websites where the traffic's coming from in the shop, and the majority of my traffic. Oh, Magdalena, hi there. I wasn't expecting to see you today. We've got like Nick Nimmin stream. There's lots going on, but so awesome to see you. So if we scroll down, we see from my Etsy shop, the majority of my visits come from Etsy itself. But in second place, well, second and third place here actually, is not Facebook. Facebook is the platform that I am the most active on, but surprisingly enough, Pinterest is coming in with the most views. The most traffic is coming from Pinterest. Now, the majority of that is not coming from my work. We've got Julie Mayer here as well. Hi, Julie. I'm so pleased and surprised that there's so many of you guys joining us today. So I hope you've had a wonderful Monday. It has been beautiful here. I've just put up a little actual picture on my personal Facebook page. I'll put it in the group in a minute. Because literally the sun has been splitting the trees for about 2 weeks, and I took the dogs for a walk, and my boy Ben doesn't deal with the heat quite as well as he used to in his younger days, and managed to find a bog basically and went and lay down in it. So everyone else is going home with their pristine dogs, and my boy was like dripping mud. Anyway, back to the point. Yeah, so I wanted to show you how to look at using Pinterest to advertise yourself, to promote yourself, not advertise, that sounds like using money. I wanted to talk about how to use Pinterest to drive more traffic to your things. And the very first thing I'm going to say is the biggest majority of these views, well, the views you're getting from Pinterest generally are not from people spotting things on your board. They're from other people sharing your things. So the number one most important thing to get seen on Pinterest, to get people sharing you, to drive past traffic back to you, is to have awesome pictures. So Etsy or eBay, anything like that, then that is just your photographs. On YouTube or something, then again, it is gorgeous thumbnails. People are so visual, and they'll share things, they'll click on them if the picture looks great. So that's got to be the number one thing. You've got to make sure that your images are click worthy. But there are some strategies. Now, I talked about these a little bit last year, but Pinterest has changed a few things since then, so it's worth looking at them again. So there's a couple of, back to my ugly mug for a second, there's a couple of things that you can do to increase your chances of getting spotted on Pinterest as well. Now, if you have nice pins and other people pin your pins, they spot you through that and pin your pins, then that's a way to drive traffic back to you. So it's good to get to build up yourself, your brand on Pinterest. But the one thing I'll say, the most important thing is with any social media platform, if you want to build yourself up on the social media platform, you have to enjoy being on the social media platform. Don't just drop into this platform and spend 10 minutes randomly spamming people, messaging them with your links, hoping they'll come to you. That's not how it works. Exactly the same with Facebook. Don't join a group and just spam your links. People have to get to like you and know you. So if you want to work on Pinterest, if you want to do well on Pinterest, it has to be a platform that you enjoy hanging around on. Exactly the same, if you want to do well on Facebook, it has to be a platform that you enjoy hanging around on. Because it's much better to do a little bit often, like anything on the internet, your Etsy shop, your YouTube page, channel, that's the word I was looking for, your YouTube channel, any of these things, you really have to do a little bit often rather than just go in there and say, once a month I'm going to do Pinterest. You've got to log on and do a little bit every now and again, a couple of times a day. Oh, Susan got lost. Oh no. We're really just starting up. You haven't missed much at all. I'm just saying basically if you enjoy being on Pinterest, it's a great way to drive traffic, but you've got to enjoy being on Pinterest. So what we're going to do, we're going to nip over to my Pinterest page screen, that's the right button, just to show you some of the strategies that I use. Now, I don't think I've ever messaged anyone on Pinterest, to be honest. I don't use it as a platform like that. I use Pinterest mainly to get ideas for myself. If I'm in a funk and I'm looking for something to, an idea for something to make, I'll nip onto Pinterest. And for that to work really well, I have to feed to the Pinterest algorithm. I have to follow pages. I have to interact with things that I like. So if I do that, you can look and see immediately when I click onto Pinterest, this is what Pinterest is showing me. This is like my home page. And it's very relevant to me because I've been very specific about what I'm doing. So as you can see, this is the kind of things I want. This is, for my shop, I maybe wanting ideas of animals to make, and there's little bits of needle felting. If we scroll down, it's fairly specific. There will be some random things, some jewellery, because I love some of my friends make jewellery basically. But you want your feed to be fairly selective to yourself. So that means I'm not just coming on here and spamming absolute nonsense. But what you want to do, make your own boards, that's great, and make them as beautiful as you can, obviously. I have a good thing to have is boards where you're pinning other people's things, not just because that brings attention to you, but also it means you're here, you're enjoying yourself. So I've got, if I can find out how to get there, boards, here we go. So I have a few, there's some group boards here, but one of the main ones that I like, I have to scroll right down and find it, obviously. Yeah, my ideas board, and this is where you'll probably recognize some of the pictures, like I needle felted this guy. So this is where I save pins of things that I'm thinking about making, but it also, it's good to have. It gets, if you pin someone's pin, then they'll see in their activity that this has happened, and they might go along and have a look at you, or they might see, oh, look at all that lovely stuff on that board, I'm going to follow this person. Susan makes jewellery, fantastic. I do love jewellery, but it's really important if you're going on Pinterest when you're following people, you've got to be selective, else it's just all going to be cheap discount shoes or something like that you'll get in your feed. So you want stuff that you like. So the more you interact with things as well, the more that Pinterest is going to understand the kind of things that you like and tailor your experience more to you. So yeah, so that's what my pins and my boards look like. But what I do, as well as interacting, as well as pinning things I like the look of, one thing is kind of strategically following people, which helps you, and it helps it helps the right people find you. So if we get back to myself, we'll see I have 4,500 followers. Now I've just said you need to do Pinterest regularly, you need to hang about there, and I don't hang about here as much as I should. I do it in stints. I'll do like 2-3 months of working on it every day, and then I forget. So it's not as good as it could be, so do as I say, not as I do. But what I'm going to do is, let's pop into my followers. This is the people that are following me. Check this every so often. And what I'll do immediately is I'll follow back the people that look interesting. I'm not just going to follow back everybody. So dog lovers, that sounds cool. Pimp my dog. I'll go through and I'll follow back some boards that look of interest to me. When I've got more time, I'll maybe click into some of these other ones and see if they're interesting. But for me, at the minute, I have no interest in following pretty girls unless they've got something a bit more to offer. So that's a good thing to think of as well with your profile picture. What are you wanting to put out there? So if you make jewellery like Susan, yes, you could have yourself, but yourself with your jewellery, or something to make it so when people are seeing like this, they can see that you're relevant. So know at a glance what your Pinterest page is going to be about. For example, this guy, awesome, fishing. It's not something I'm into, but at a glance that's what it's about. And over time I might have to unfollow some of these if they're not interesting, but there we go for a start. And then when I'm looking through here, it also tells us this person, well, they've got 1.3 thousand followers, so that's a fair amount. Amazing dog t-shirts. So we'll pop into that, and yeah, that's set up different. Yep. Yeah, so I want to look at the people that are following them. I go into their followers, and this brings out a similar list of things. Now, the reason I'm going into their followers than who they're following is, this is people that has chose to follow a page that's about dog t-shirts. So I imagine that these people are dog lovers mainly. They might just be marketers and spammers, but they're likely to be dog lovers as well. So once I've got that, I do the exact same thing. I go through here and I follow the ones that look kind of relevant to me. Susan, yeah, it takes a while to build up followers. You have to be active. Like I say, if you set yourself, say 5 out of 7 days of the week, if you go on and you do 2 minutes on Pinterest, just pin in some stuff that you like to a board, like of your good ideas or something, and following people that interest you, you will build up followers. But it does take time. And you don't, there's a limit to how many people you can follow at one time, but you don't want to do thousands and thousands. It really shows up that you're a spammy account if you are following 10,000 people and you have 100 followers. That just says you're not that great. And just remember, this is basically, it's curating the feed that Pinterest is going to show you. So take your time to pick people that you like the look of. And then once you've got bored of what you're following there, then you can look at people that you've followed from their followers, click onto them and do the exact same thing. Look at the followers of that and pick this. If you're into fishing, this Fishing 1102 channel, he seems to be pretty active. But things that you're interested in, just follow it. And then when you get back to your homepage, you're going to see it should hopefully be interesting and relevant to you. I've been loving these. This seems to be scraps of material made into scruffy dogs. Anyway, totally getting sidetracked. But yeah, if you like these, you can pin them. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, what you can't do now is love things, but you could make a board of stuff I love and pin things to it, which is a great thing too. And the other thing, the final little thing is, see, I'm not here often enough that I'm not entirely sure that everything I click on is going to take me to the place I want to take, that I want it to take me to. Oh, that's running a little bit slow, or not at all. Please, Pinterest. Always happens when you're live. Yep. So boards are kind of important as well. If you can get into group boards that are relevant for yourself. So you can see some of these boards are boards that are just my board specifically. Others are groups of people that can all pin to the board. So we've got like our pets. I mean, this is a board where you pin pictures of your animals, so that's cool. I don't go onto that and spam my Etsy shop, obviously, but if people like the pictures of my dogs, they might come over to my page and look at my other boards and like what I'm making there, so that could be kind of cool. Friends with Benefits is an Etsy team that I'm on. Again, we've got like a cat lover's gift guide. They do allow you to pin your links, but it's also good to pin other people. If you find cat lovers gift type things that seem good, then that's a good place. If you pin them up, then people will like you more if you're sharing stuff that's of interest rather than just going, notice me. Just looking. We have, yeah, this Etsy challenge board was actually the last time we did a Pinterest thing. We made this board for everyone that was in the Etsy challenge. So that was every day everybody would post one thing and we're liking all each other's things. And that's got pretty good. It's got like over 700 pins on it, and because you've got a lot of people, it should tell us, yeah, because you've got, when you're in a group like this, if someone follows all my boards, then they'll be following this board as well, but also all the other people that are in this board, all their followers are also following this board, so it gets a lot more reach. In fact, let's bring this back to life again, because it's got quite, so this is my board of a group board for people who were on YouTube with me doing the feature last year, so we can do it here. So this is a good place if you want to advertise your stuff. Then this has got 4,500 people following it. Again, how active that is, how great that is, really depends on how great your pictures are, but totally welcome to add pins to that if anyone's interested in it. Alright, and my physic again. Yeah, so basically guys, that's about all I had for you today. I just wanted to dive in and cover this because just basically I think it's an awesome thing. Pinterest is such a good tool, but you've got to use it kind of strategically. So don't spam, don't with any social media spam. Just set yourself 10 minutes a day, a few times a week, and just follow boards that interest you, pin pins that interest you, join boards that interest you, and just be a bit active there. And if your pictures are beautiful, they will get shared out. I have one, my cat splat bookmark. It gets shared all the time. That drives the majority of my traffic that's not from Etsy itself goes to that one pin. I'll see if I can find that actually. It's going to make me out to be a liar, but let's have a look. Listings. Yep, so this bookmark, most of the views come from Pinterest. And it's like my biggest seller as well. It's doing fantastic. So you can see traffic sources, 57% of the traffic coming to that one item in my shop come from social media, and that is 99% Pinterest. So you can see how powerful that is just on one thing. And the crazy thing is, I never even thought that picture was that amazing. It's a bookmark in a book, but people liked it. River City, you're most welcome. I'm just glad if it can help, because it's certainly helped me. Like I say, yeah, it's only about 10% of all my traffic to my shop comes from Pinterest, but more than 50% of all my traffic to my biggest seller in my shop comes from Pinterest. It's that powerful. Susan's working hard on Etsy and Pinterest. That's fantastic, and it will pay off. At this time of year, things are in a little bit of a slump. I mean, if I can go back to traffic, this is for over the past year. This is like what my views have been, and you can see you've got not so great, and then oh look, it's coming up to Christmas, and then it tails off. So the work you do now should start paying off towards the end of the summer. I mean, hopefully it will start paying off just now. My mum's shop that we've spoke about before, that we just started in January, she's had another few sales, and that is doing really good. It's not millions of sales, but I think she's doing fantastic, especially when we consider that when we both opened our first shops all them years ago, and everyone says it was so much easier back then, but when we opened our first shops, I think I had about one sale in 6 months, and I can't remember if she even had a sale in her first year, but it took a very long time. And so now that we understand it better, in 5 months, in nearly 6 months, she's had quite a lot of sales. So it can, if you do the work, it definitely can work. Too many works in that sentence. Anyway, back to face. Yeah. If anyone has any questions about that or anything, give me a yell. And if you want to join in on our Pinterest board, that would be awesome. I'll get back to posting there a bit more regularly as well. But it's a way for 5,000 people to get eyeballs on what you're posting anyway. Whether or not they're all that active is dependent. The board's about a year old now, so there shouldn't be too many dead accounts there. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this surprise Monday. Just a little bit of a change, but it's really great to get a chat to you all. So I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you. I should have a couple of videos coming up. Oh, before I go, got excitement, right, because there's only a few of us here, so this is kind of cool. I've actually, oh, Mick Bonsai, hi there. I was just closing up, but I'm just going to stay open a little bit longer. What am I looking for? I've actually got an exciting piece of news. What am I looking for? Susan, did I ever go to your Etsy? What's the name of your Etsy shop again? Did you put it up in the Facebook group? I'm always forgetting people's names and things like that. I am working through the Etsy shops. Mick, I'm hanging around just slightly longer, so. But yes, I know, I always do that, jump on a stream just when it's ending. sorry, professional, I'm trying to find something. Right, so this is super secret. I've only put this out in one group and it's not launched yet. This video is unlisted, but if any of you are interested, if any of you, this is my super secret dog channel that I'm going to be opening up in the next few weeks. I'm trying to get some videos. Oh, I see what the problem is there. Yeah, I'm going to be putting this dog training channel up in the next few weeks, so I'll try and get the link up. There, hopefully that works. Shortcake shop. I don't think I've looked at you yet, but if you're on the page, it'll be on the list. I am a little bit behind with those, but I'm going to start catching up really soon. So yeah, if I haven't done your shop yet, then yeah, I totally mean to. But yeah, just a quick sneak peek. This is my going to be dog training YouTube channel. If anyone's interested in this, basically the premise is going to be, I want to show you exercises and tips and tricks and training for keeping your dogs as fit and healthy for as long as possible. And also it's going to, as much as possible, be all filmed out and about in the beautiful spots that I find in Scotland. So here, this one I filmed down the river, but I'm going to be up in the hills, off to the beaches, all sorts of wonderful on location filming for stuff with my dogs, if anyone's interested in that. As I say, the channel's not up and running yet. That video of just, well, this video that we're just seeing, this is just it's unlisted just now, so only people that have the link can see it. But that's just if it's any interest. Susan's a dog foster mum. Great for you. That is fantastic. I tried to foster and I failed. Mia, that dog that you're just seeing there, Mia was my foster. She was only supposed to be temporarily with me, but I failed at fostering. But yeah, I just wanted, my boy Ben is 11 now, and last year he started to have some weakness in his back end, and we worried if it was pain, but I learned that actually it wasn't. It was actually muscle weakness. So I learned some physio and I learned loads of extra exercises to build them back up, and he's doing so much better. And I just wanted to share some of the things that I learned to keep your dogs as fit and healthy. And also, I am a dog trainer by day. I do agility training, and some of my clients' dogs as well have kindly agreed to help out in some of the videos as well. So not just my deaf dogs, but there we go. That's the other project I'm working on if anyone's interested. That one. Right, anyway, oh, Susan has a mum and 5 pups. That's lovely of you, and lovely to get to spend the time with the pups, but oh my goodness, hard work. But it always makes me so sad when the mums are handed away when they're pregnant or whatever. I suppose if people really can't cope, it probably is the best thing to do, but it's a bit heartbreaking. Susan, your dog looks similar to my, oh yeah, put up your dog pictures on the Facebook group. I so want to see that now. This Facebook group's going to turn into a dog page and everyone with cats is going to run away. But I'd love to see that, because I don't see many dogs that look like mine. Because, well, my boy Ben, I got him first, and that was the reason I ended up fostering Mia, because she just looked so much like Ben, and it was in a kill shelter. So as soon as I saw her face, it's like, whoa, I can't have the idea of her being put to sleep. So I said, okay, I'll take her on, and so I did. And then, to be honest, in the car trip home, I'd kind of decided she wasn't a foster, and then she turned out to be so crazy, and the only people that I was getting offer of homes had very old school methods of training. They were talking about how they were going to time their corrections to tell her off, whereas I could see that her crazy, her shouting at other dogs and stuff is through fear. She's scared of what they're going to do. So I didn't want people telling her off for being scared. So she ended up staying with me. Anyway, wow, that typically off topic. But anyway, it's cool. And I love seeing all your pets as well. So yeah, everyone who's in Pam Duthie's Felton Friends, totally don't be afraid to share some of your life. It's not all about felting, it's not all about Etsy shops. I love to see your work, but your pets, your life, go ahead as well. Right, I'm gonna head. Thank you so much for joining me. It has actually been great fun. This is so cool. I was supposed to make a proper sensible video today, but I thought I'd just quickly off the cuff stream, and I'm glad I did. Right, well, good night, good afternoon. I believe it's a bank holiday for, well, it's a bank holiday in the UK and a bank holiday for some in America as well. So enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for joining me.